Shalom, brother and sister truth seekers. Was an interesting day today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through the data and just put some, make you aware of what's out there so you can go and take a closer look at things. And, there's always more data coming in. And I think always around this time, like more clarity comes with like tomorrow. Like people really start to see like things are either straight again or they're really flipped or something like it. Just more clarity seems to come. So not gonna jump the gun and say anything absolute this evening, but it was interesting. Kind of yeah, an interesting mix. Some I just heard from another person on this group saying they thought it might not have been today, but several people that I saw today, it did look like it could have been. And so it's I'm just going to walk you through it and stay tuned, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. And then we'll come out with a preliminary summary and a final summary a little later once I just wait like an extra day or two to make sure no one's getting their data in late. So anyway, let's get right into it. Oh, I want to start at the beginning. We're going to start. Okay, here's an interesting one. I am going to jump back to yesterday because I think early this morning I got something from Enzo, and I'm not sure what he was saying about his data, but he sent these pictures, and it almost looks like this is an armillary, maybe, that is looking pretty close to. I'm not even sure what he thinks about this, and I'm not sure what this instrument is saying, but it's here, and if you want to talk to him, I can put you in touch with him. I have got an email out, I think, asking him what was his interpretation of these pictures he sent me. But yeah, this looks almost pretty close to being bisected. I don't know, maybe not. But this is an equatorial sundial, and I thought that stick was supposed to totally disappear on the equinox. So I am not sure what to say about this, brother. If you are seeing this, please clarify. And yeah, I may circle back on this for the preliminary or the final summary to talk more if I receive clarification. So then we have South Africa, a couple truth seekers in South Africa, and there's so much. Oh no, I'm on the wrong day. I gotta go back to we're gonna go to the 22nd now, because we already talked about the 21st stuff in yesterday's video. So now, yeah, we're going to South Africa. Same two ladies. And there's a lot going on here. Here there are a bunch of pictures you could check out, but this one I just tried to lay my own line on the ground. It's hard to say. Again, I have some questions asking for clarification. When was the first and last mark in the day? But I think this was a 10-hour spread of data. But it's kind of cool, but it is a little rough. These are big stones, and it's hard to find like the very middle. But I have a feeling um, I didn't get to see what this data set looked like the day before, but I'll bet if she's able to collect tomorrow, it'll be apparent maybe that it's either straight again or it's obviously flipping the other way. So I think she thought it was straight, and I mean, if you put it through the line through the last rock of the day and this first rock, it looks like it's kind of going through all those rocks. So tough to say there. If I receive clarification again, I might swing back for the final summary. So let's see, Wendy. She, I don't. She didn't seem too sure about what she was seeing either. Um, but it was 10 hours of data, almost 11 hours of data, and it looked like they were pretty much all on the line, except for these two. That one ever so slightly, that one a little more. I don't know if maybe something just happened, something just a little human error or something, but she's going to be recording again tomorrow, hopefully, and again, like I said, hopefully I think on the day following it becomes clear if it's pretty straight again or if it's obviously curving the other way. So just stay tuned for that. Okay, so the fun stuff, some fun stuff. I don't want to get. Okay, yeah, we had I believe this brother is in Tennessee. If not, please clarify, brother. But I think I threw a line over his data. 10 hours of data. He thought it looked pretty straight. Where's my picture at? This particle board's a little bumpy, but yeah, I put a line through his first point and his last point. It kind of looks like there's a little bit above and a little bit below, and if you take the average, maybe they are all on that line. So, but 10 hours of data, that's good. Tomorrow, I think, will be a good confirmation. You'll see it like either straight again or probably much more curved one way or another. For me in West Virginia today, I was not expecting to collect data, but the sun was out this morning, so I raced out there and tried to get some points, but the cloud was I just could not get that first point, and then I decided to try and move my board somewhere else that I've never had it before, and I live in the forest, so the risk is when you do that, yeah, I might have been getting sunlight in the morning at that spot, but I didn't know if I'd be getting sunlight in the evening at that spot. But thankfully, I guess I did have at least uh, one evening point. It wasn't as late as I want. It was, so I think the spread of data was only 9 hours, but yeah, I that's kind of the bare minimum of. But I wouldn't take this as absolute gospel. I'd love to see at least 10, but because the thing that can happen with these less hours of data sets is it can look like you're getting a straight line 2 or 3 days around the equinox event. So if this was, I'd feel better if this was 10. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, this is the straight line. Obviously, I mean it looks pretty straight, but yeah, I can't say absolutely. Yeah, tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to collect tomorrow unless miracles keep happening. The weather says it's going to rain, but um, you could almost argue that no, I don't know. Those are pretty close. So I want to show you something else that I mentioned the other day. I think I'll show you in the spreadsheet here that I was just using to overlay things. But these are the pictures, so you get an idea of what might be coming later this year of uh, my stationary camera mount that I built for myself, and I'm taking pictures of the sun as it coasts across the night sky, the daylight sky, with a solar filter over the camera. And I'm just like every hour I took a picture, and that's kind of the progression of it. And I want to do the same at night when Orion's belt comes back into my sky. And I want to kind of compare the sun to stars. But let's take a look here, so you can kind of see that's a little less filter. You can see how big it is, but when you throw the right filter on there, two number 10, I think they're like welding shields. You can get them at Tractor Supply, but two number 10s, it'll go from this, well, that's, I think, with a number 5 filter. But these ones were two 10s stacked, and you get this nice little disc, and it's really interesting. And yeah, this was me matching up the phone. But this I found interesting. So what this is just 3 pictures, and I'm slamming them up into the upper left corner here like this. So the photo size is in theory it's the exact same photo size. It is taken from the exact same position, so I can in theory put all these pictures up in the same corner, and they're all they should be correct with respect to one another. This I found fascinating because you can just see the disk of the sun so clearly, and I should have let me see if I can open one of those pictures. Let's just see if I can open one so we can zoom in on that nice little disc. I mean, it's just a nice circle. You can see it so clearly. This is a little fuzzy because it's screen capture, 2 or 3 screen captures later. But the fascinating thing, I'm kind of interested. I put this together right before the video tonight. I was looking at that. I can get this to open again. Was what I'm seeing here. Like I didn't put this line through the middle. I put it on the bottom, and I put it on the bottom here. And in theory, it should be touching the bottom here. And so I guess I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. Like, and again, right before I made this video, I heard from someone else who said they thought the straight line might be tomorrow. So I wonder if, like, my board, I only had 9 hours of data. I wonder if I had 10, would I have seen this light curve? But I'm kind of amazed that I'm seeing a little bit of, could have been a human error, possibly. But if people are coming out tomorrow and saying they're seeing a straight line, this might actually make sense. Uh, because in theory, the sun is not traveling a straight line yet in the heavens, and I can see that with the camera. So I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my seat to see what people are seeing tomorrow. Maybe it will be the straight line, maybe it'll be curved, maybe this is an error, but interesting stuff. Just learning, digging in and trying to learn more about our creators' timepieces. And I just wanted to share a testimony that was kind of amazing to me. Um, I heard from Sister Wendy in South Africa, and she mentioned something that she mentioned that, like, sometimes if you've done these sundials for a while, you'll know that it can sometimes be a little challenging to get those early morning and late evening marks because they're kind of, the light is not that strong and it can be a little ghosted out and hard to see. But she noticed if she cupped her hand kind of around the shadow, like not blocking the sun or the shadow, but just kind of cupped her hand around the shadow of that nail on her board. I don't know what the phenomenon is, but it actually made the shadow pop more clearly. Like it became, and so I say that because that happened to me too 2 or 3 days ago, and I made a video about it. It's a short on my YouTube channel. It's only like 6 seconds long, but I was with my daughter and I was just practicing, and I had moved my 2 fingers like over the shadow almost mistakenly or just coincidentally. But I noticed when I did that, when I was straddling the shadow, kind of like how Sister Wendy was cupping with her hand, it made the shadow pop. And you can see that in that little 6 second video I made. And so I find it really fascinating, and I want to encourage you guys to dig in because that's a helpful little trick. There are different things like that you learn every time you do this stuff. And I mean, the sister in South Africa has been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years, and I find it amazing that we both discovered this little trick within a day or two of each other. And I just see it as like the creator just, I mean, it's just cool. He does things like that, and it was just like his timing on it. It just like, what are the odds that someone halfway around the world, and we've been doing this for years, and with, like, this new little cool tip is discovered. So I mean, I want to encourage you, and every time I do this, I there's always something to learn. And I think as we press in, the creator wants to reveal more of himself, and his ways, and how to do things better. And if we would just like put in the effort, he's just waiting to help us. So I want to encourage you to dig in more and more. We might not fully understand, and we might make some mistakes, but I think, if we're diligent and we're seeking him in love with pure hearts, he in his perfect timing, he's gonna lead us into all truth. So let's see. Let's go back to. I think there is maybe one more. Central USA. Oh, unfortunately, I don't think they got. I don't know why I have some relation. I don't think that they only had 6 hours of data, unfortunately. But Maybe they will get a chance to try it again tomorrow. So, but I mean, you can see like it looks, it looks straight. But with just 6 hours of data, I can I it, if you were to collect 6 hours of data for the day before and the day after, I'm pretty certain you're going to see what appears to be a straight line. So, I mean, excellent. I love the whiteboard and that you're out there doing that. I think she said she had clouds, maybe. So, a valiant effort, and hopefully tomorrow it gets a little more sunshine. So I guess that's it for now. It was an interesting day. Uh, yeah, and I'm sitting on the edge of my seat to see what happens. So feel free to share your thoughts, or if you have any sundial data, feel free to email it to me at avoiceoftruthandlove@gmail.com, and I'll include it in the daily summaries, or whenever all the data is in the preliminary summary or final discussion. And if you upload it on Facebook, send me a private message just so I can keep track of things better. That would be helpful. So stay tuned, and shalom, and may Abba bless you as you continually seek his truths in love with a pure heart.